for Phoenix?
I don't know the exact number. I believe we had 7 turnovers and gave up 14 points in transition in the first 7 minutes of the game. So as bad as we were defensively, our bad offense led to that. And I thought once we settled into the game and just trusted what we were trying to do and really took advantage of some matchups here and there, we really could get whatever we want. You know, we turned the ball over early, but again, it was another game coming off a preseason where we had some high turnover games where we took care of the basketball. Ended up with, I think, 12 turnovers. I think it's 13 total as a team, but that's big. I think we ended up with one more scoring opportunity than them, despite those early turnovers and some poor transition defense. Overall, defensively, they just bend you in so many ways because of their skills and the fact that they have those 3 guys. And, you know, Ryan Dunn coming off the bench in the first half, hitting 3 threes in a row. Like, they're Monty Morris hitting 2. Like, they're tough to guard. And if we get spread out and start getting in rotation, they're even tougher to guard. I thought our shifts, our load to the basketball, we just trusted that in the second half. We talked in the pregame talk. We talked about being in those shifts and still getting good contests, and we did that. I think they started 11 of 14 from 3 and went 6 for 23 the rest of the way, and a lot of that had to do with our contests.
Austin said in the walk-off that he woke up to a text from you at some ungodly hours. It's something the 6 o'clock hour. About
I woke up early this morning.
Seems like that's regular for you, but and the text was something along the lines of implying you thought he could have a good night or something. But and I think what do you have, 26 on 12 shots? What did you see from him, and what was that kind of text message exchange like?
Yeah, so some of that offense was very intentional in the second quarter, and that's what got him going a little bit. We felt like there was a specific thing that we could do, that we could get good offense out of our action, and he manipulated that really well, got us back in the game. The flow in the offense got back. He's a guy that has thrust and a pace to his offensive game in the half court. We need that. And then he was just fantastic in the second half. But I knew he was a great player before I took this job. Been around him since July, and he every day it's like he just keeps getting better and showing more. And I didn't realize he was this good. I knew he was good. I didn't realize he was this good. He's a fantastic basketball player.
JJ, 2 for you. In the third quarter, the crowd all of a sudden starts cheering a lot. Nothing is happening on the basketball court. I don't know if did you notice that moment?
I noticed the cheers.
Did you figure out what happened eventually? And
my deductive reasoning could lead to one thing, but I don't know if that's the correct thing.
You hit a walk-off grand slam.
Well, there you go. I figured the Dodgers won.
Yeah. And then secondly, you talked about using AD as a hub for this team offensively. 71 points now in 2 games. What can you say about how effective he's been? And is there something that you can pinpoint as to what's created these opportunities for him?
I would say, first of all, it's intentionality on our part. And our part meaning our entire group, coaches and players. There's an intentionality to have him involved as much as possible. We recognize what type of player he is and that he can create mismatches. But the second part would just be his patience. I think there's a comfort level that he has, and you'd probably have to ask him this question. There's a comfort level and a confidence level that he has that if the game starts getting wacky.
What we're witnessing from the New York Knicks at the start of this season is a solid display of smart adjustments, a team that's finding its rhythm, and a roster beginning to gel. After a tough loss to the Boston Celtics, the Knicks took on the Indiana Pacers in what many saw as a true test of their defensive and adaptive abilities. The Pacers are one of the most efficient three-point shooting teams in the league, which makes it even more impressive that the Knicks held them to just 3 makes on 30 attempts from deep. This is the kind of defense that can take the Knicks from being just competitive to being truly dangerous. Coach Tom Thibodeau demonstrated his ability to make adjustments, and his commitment to keeping the team defensively focused was a difference maker that can't be ignored. It was remarkable how the Knicks held a player of Tyrese Halliburton's caliber to 0 points, with a consistent, well-coordinated defense that neutralized one of the league's top young talents. This wasn't by accident. The team took the time to revisit the previous game against Boston, analyze their weaknesses, and came back with a completely different mentality, ready to fix mistakes. This is the attitude of a team that wants to win, that is willing to learn and grow. And alongside Thibodeau, some of the team's key new acquisitions took the spotlight, especially Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges, who thrilled the crowd at Madison Square Garden. Towns was a true defensive anchor, not only blocking the paint, but also contributing with 21 points and an impressive 15 rebounds. His physical presence and ability to control the defensive rhythm were evident, and this is exactly what the Knicks need: a player who can do the heavy lifting while also creating scoring opportunities. When Towns is utilized well, he transforms the Knicks into a completely different team. Another standout of the night was Mikal Bridges, who came into this game after an adjustment period during preseason, but now looks much more comfortable in his role. Bridges showed he's more than just a 3-and-D player. He moved the ball, found good shots, and made a series of mid-range plays, even reminding fans of Kevin Durant's style. This adds a new dimension to the Knicks' offense, something the team sorely needs when facing tougher defenses. Bridges wrapped up the game with a high-efficiency performance, proving he can make an impact on both ends of the court in a versatile and commanding way. As for three-point shooting, the Knicks found a strong rhythm, shooting 44% from deep, a sharp contrast to the game against Boston. This improvement was also reflected in their ball movement, which flowed naturally, allowing the Knicks to capitalize on every open opportunity. Josh Hart's performance is also worth noting. While he may not have had the highest three-point percentage, his commitment to taking open shots kept the defense on their toes and created valuable space for drives and mid-range jumpers. Hart's approach is that of a player who understands his role and embraces it, contributing to the team's collective energy. This is a team with potential for serious growth. As Monica McNutt pointed out, it's only the second game of the season, and the Knicks are still getting to know each other on the court. Communication was one of the keys to success in this game against the Pacers, and it showed in both defense and offense. The team as a whole created a strong atmosphere of cooperation and confidence, with a more aggressive attack that pursued open shots with conviction. Now, let's talk about team defense. The mentality of second, third, and even fourth efforts, with players doing whatever it took to protect the rim and make shots difficult for the opponent, was remarkable. Help defense was especially well executed, with Towns proving he can be the rim protector the Knicks need, especially in the absence of Mitchell Robinson. Towns also led in rebounds, which are crucial for securing stops and enabling fast breaks. With this performance, we're seeing that the Knicks are building something special. Their offensive balance and defensive mentality show that this team can compete with the best. Of course, they may not yet be favorites for the championship, but if they continue making adjustments and leveraging players like Brunson, Bridges, and Towns, along with Thibodeau's leadership, the sky's the limit. The Knicks could even surprise some of the Eastern Conference's top contenders this season. This is a team that doesn't rely on just one star to win. When each piece plays its role, the Knicks become a complete, solid team that's tough to beat. If they can maintain this intensity and level of adjustment throughout the season, who knows how far they can go in the playoffs. And now, Knicks and basketball fans, what do you think? Do you believe the Knicks are finally on the right path to becoming one of the East's favorites? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to HoopZone Sport News so you don't miss any updates on this incredible season.